Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Disney Morning Show. Happy to be back. Three shows later than it should have been. Wanted to do some last week, didn't happen. Wanted to do one yesterday, didn't happen. But we're back today.
And a
I'm
half hour
Doobie
late.
Mosley. What?
And a half hour late.
And a half hour late. Yeah, I was not going to put off yet another. It's like we're not going to cancel again. We'll just delay it. Busy morning. But anyway, I'm Doobie Mosley. I'm the co-founder here of Laughing Place. Over there is one of my best friends in the entire world, at least when we do this show, Kyle Burbank, our managing editor. How you doing, Kyle? And let's get going. All right, we're going to start the show the way we start every show by saying hello.
Doobie,
to
what was
Nikki
the
B.
stock at last time we did a show?
It's improved. 99.76 was what it was last time. Since then, many things have happened, and all of them have helped the Disney stock price go way up now to 116.38. You are now making the money with this stock the way it should be. Let's look at that 1 year. Oh, yeah, it's doing well. Just a little bit under the 1 year high. Let's look at that 5 year. Let's go back to the 1 year. All right. Hey, Nikki B. My back's actually not too bad. I felt like wearing this shirt today. But how you doing? Good morning. Love to see our
I did notice
here.
you wore that. We'll get to your trip, but you did wear that for the walk.
I did. That was quite intentional. Quite intentional. Absolutely. Hi, JPP. Nice to see you. I will let JPP know. I will let Nikki B know, right? Yes, of course, you're on the list. That your lovely Laughing Place socks are on their way, or will be on their way within the next couple days. Thank you for being a loyal member of a Laughing Place, an LP Elite member, and that entitles you to some free limited edition socks. And I know, Nikki B, you're also always posting pictures of yourself on Facebook and socks, so I definitely expect to see this end up on Facebook pretty soon. All right, let's move on.
Good morning and welcome to another LP Disney Weather Report. Jungle life. I'm far away from nowhere. On my own like Tarzan boy. Hide and seek. I play alone while rushing across the forest. Monkey business on a sunny afternoon. Jungle life. I'm living in the open. Native beat that carries on. Burning bright. A fire blows the signal to the sky. I sit and wonder, does the message get to you? Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Let's get to the weather. Anaheim will stop short of 70 today and, per usual, will quickly cool after dark with an evening low of 53. Walt Disney World is sunny today, but winter has arrived, with temps only reaching a high of 62. What's more, before park close, it will be in the 40s. Castaway Cay is also heading toward winter as it will only be 70 today with windy conditions. Lookout Cay at Lighthouse Point will make it to 76 today but shed a degree or 3 after that. Disneyland Paris is overcast this evening and dipping into the upper 30s. Tokyo will break into the 60s for a few hours tomorrow but will fall back to the 50s by mid-afternoon. Shanghai will be partly cloudy tomorrow and will make it up to 58 degrees during the day. Lastly, Hong Kong will warm to 73 tomorrow, with plenty of sunshine. And that will do it for another Disney weather update. Have a great day and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.
This just in.
Poster.
Oh, we're hiding part of the poster. Let's take care of that. So this is for Snow White. It's just called Disney Snow White, coming out March 21st. You've heard about it.
A movie I feel we've been talking about for a decade. When did West Side Story come out?
I honestly thought they had canned this movie because it was like everywhere, and then it was nowhere. I'm like, oh, I guess they gave up on it. And no, it's coming March 21st, 2025. Rachel Zegler and her merry men. They also released a trailer for it. What do you think, Kyle? Do we want to watch a 2-minute, 24-second trailer or just put it in the background?
I think we want to put it in the background so we don't get claimed.
I don't care about get claimed as long as we don't get canned. So here it is. We're not going to show the whole thing, but we want to make sure you get a good look at the look the movie is going for. Gal Gadot, Wonder Woman herself. That's all I know her for. All right, let's get to the dwarfs. Come on. We see what they look like. Let's get
We've seen the concept art for the photo.
Here we go. Cute little squirrelies. They're coming. The cute little oh, they're not cute.
Those are Zemeckis level dwarves.
So while starting today, I saw Discussing Film just tweeted out 4 pictures of the dwarfs, and scrolling through those quote tweets is amusing. So if you want a good laugh this morning, just go ahead and check that out. Nikki B, not a fan. Not a fan. The Queen is gorgeous. Snow White looks good too. March 21st. Check it out. Are you excited for this? In the least, Kyle?
No, I don't really care for Disney's live action remakes that much. Unless they have a purpose. Like I like them to do something new. So like Alice in Wonderland directed by Tim Burton, I get that. That makes sense to me. I want to see that. And it was pretty good. It has it's kind of slow, but it's okay.
I liked it.
Or like Christopher Robin even. That's not really a live action remake. It has something new to say. So these ones that are just
so you're much more
movie but live action and weird CGI. I don't.
You're much more excited about Mufasa than you were for Lion King.
I don't even care about Mufasa, but yeah.
Okay, wow. Well, Snow White's my favorite movie of all time. You can't remake that. I have no excitement for this whatsoever. All right, moving on, Kyle. It's your turn.
So this morning, Disney gave some updates on some of the projects they have that they announced at D23 and elsewhere. Very loose timeline updates. They don't mean a whole lot, but some of them are kind of interesting. So, for example, the Epcot Lounge is slated to open in late spring of next year. Test Track 3.0 is going to be opening in late summer. Late is kind of the theme here, by the way. Late summer. Also notable about Test Track is that it's going to be sponsored by General Motors again instead of Chevrolet. So just it's not really a change that they're the same company, but the change in that. The Pirate Lounge is coming in late 2025 to Magic Kingdom, and Dinosaur, they say you'll be able to ride it one last time because it'll be open through 2025. Or if you're Gideon, you can ride it about 600 times, I think, by my calculations. 600 last times.
Yeah, so he got his 41 rides in just in case. I think he might get a few hundred more in before he's all done. I bet he has an interesting comment. He said, I love Gal. Is it Godot?
Nobody knows. That's the fun of it.
I love Gal. But bad casting to have her as the jealous one for not being the most beautiful.
Wow.
Because we all know the most beautiful is
Morgan Betty.
Morgan Betty, that is right. And Rebecca Mosley and Becca Marie. Okay. Walt Disney World also gave us a little more information yesterday regarding what's coming up, Kyle.
Actually, technically it was Sunday because they happened during the parade that they broadcast, the Disney Parks special on ABC that you can stream now on Disney+. So the first one, I have to point out, was not actually announced during the parade itself. They just referred to the new parade coming to Magic Kingdom as Disney Starlight, as they have so far. But then in a Facebook caption, they noted that it's actually called Disney Starlight, Dream the Night Away. And they followed up on that today in those announcements that they gave about the timeline thing. They did share a logo for that. So that is the official subtitle, but it was just weird that the way that they didn't actually say that during the parade video. But they did give us a new, that comes in summer 2025, by the way. The new Disney Villain show, also coming in summer of 2025, has a subtitle, or a title in general, Disney Villains Unfairly Ever After. This is the Magic Mirror serves as our reflective guide into the villainous realm. It's not long before some of her fiendish foes, like Cruella de Vil, Captain Hook, and Maleficent, break through the glass in wickedly awesome, as I should say, live production numbers, and that'll be coming to Disney's Hollywood Studios.
So we talk about the Disney name machine and how it throws out. I think this may be a new one. I think AI's gotten in there and it came up with Unfairly. I don't think we've seen that in the show name before.
I will admit, Tony was nice enough to tweet that for us since he lives on the East Coast and was watching the parade, and I was like, did he typo? Like, Unfairly is kind of a weird.
Yeah, Unhappily Ever After, I would have expected.
Yeah, that one's pretty generic.
Ever After. So that's what they called it. Cody.
But I can imagine the storyline about Unfairly. Like, I like this.
So you're more excited for this than Mufasa or Lion King.
I'm more excited about Unfairly Ever After than I am about Dream the Night Away.
That one came from the machine, for sure. Over at the Disneyland Resort. Oh, by the way, stick around. Speaking of which, I better send him a link. Stick around. We have a special guest coming up pretty soon in our show. One, Mike Celestino, as we're going to talk about Skeleton Crew, which debuted last night on
The link, that's the same link as always.
Disney Plus. But he hasn't been on, I don't think, since we've had this link for the morning
But
show.
we use it for our meetings.
Excellent point. So if Mike's late for the meeting, we have a problem. Anyway, Mike was at Disneyland yesterday, checking out some of the holiday decor and other changes over there. So let's take a look at some of that. First, he showed us Beelander, which is in soft openings right now at Downtown Disney. It officially opened. And what?
I think it officially opened yesterday. Or no, is it?
According to our articles, December 6th.
Okay. Well, then I guess it's still soft opened.
Yeah, grand opening December 6th, which is Friday, is the Beelander is going to be opening. This is a new boutique near the west side entrance of Downtown Disney. High-end collaborations like Pandora, Dooney&Burke, Vera Wang, Loungefly, and a bunch more stuff that is in Kyle and Becca's closet. So you can check out that. And then also, yes, he got us some pictures of the work that is continuing over at the west side entrance of Downtown Disney, including the new Parkside Market. It looks like it's close to completion. This is going to feature 4 diverse culinary concepts from Levi or Levy. I'm not even sure. Probably Levy. Levy makes a lot more sense. Levy Restaurants, Soul Sister, Sip and Sonder, Gigi's Chicken Soup, and Vista Parkside Market. And he got some of the signage that you can see. Here's the concept art for that location. And then you can see where some of that stuff's going to be going. There's the Parkside Market and such. So this is coming to West Side. West Side has been under walls for quite a while, but it is coming along, and that is very, very exciting. Mike also checked out the hotels for us. Disneyland Hotel is looking really good this Christmas. We were over there about a week ago ourselves, and so he went and got all the pics. You can go check that out. They really do a good job at Disneyland Hotel, and it's not always the same. I think the last time we did a bunch of these pictures, it had, or at least recently, it had a very different look for Christmas. But this one, really like it. Very icy, very white. I'm a big fan. So you can go check that out. He also went over to the Grand Californian Hotel, where they have a wonderful gingerbread house. You can see that, and their giant Christmas tree. There's the Christmas tree. I hope you got the gingerbread house. Ooh, those liners are cool on the Christmas tree. Where's the gingerbread house? Oh, Santa. Santa wasn't there, unfortunately. Hey, Mike, where's your gingerbread house? There it is. Okay. Gingerbread house. They actually sell gingerbread over there as well. We were there. We wanted to buy some. The line was humongous because of some popcorn bucket they were selling. So I don't know if that's always the case. But you can certainly go check it out and enjoy the
it's Chip and Dale.
Okay. You're going to have to explain that to me. But before you do, finally, Mike Celestino also checked out the Lego store, which is reopened over back on the west side of Downtown Disney. It had closed for not a few weeks, just for a refurbishment. One of the coolest things they did was they added some Lego attraction posters. So these are actually cool. They should sell these as posters. Haunted Mansion, Indiana Jones Adventure.
Better yet, they should sell them as Lego posters, like where you put the little dots in.
That's a good point. And that's a great point. And Peter Pan's Flight. So go check these out for yourself, along with the updated Lego store at Downtown Disney. Thank you, Mike Celestino. Oh, let's see. It looks like our last item under what's happening, hopefully Mike C gets in here, is Disney Plus. We like to every now and then check in on the Disney Plus top 10, which now we know is organically created by what people are actually watching, theoretically. Ooh, Shohei Ohtani, Beyond the Dream. I haven't seen that. So top 10 in the USA Today.
Well, no, it's not. The ESPN tile comes up tomorrow. So.
Yeah, that's just under sports stories. So top 10 in the USA Today. Let's check it out. We've got Moana. Makes sense. Moana 2, by the way. We didn't do a show yesterday. We would have talked about it. Extremely boffo at the box office. It is doing really well. Elf. People are in the holiday spirit. Of course, Skeleton Crew, which debuted. Polar Express, of course, for Christmas.
People are really digging those dwarves. They wanted to see where they originated.
I don't know how Twilight stuck in here. I didn't even know Twilight was on Disney Plus. That is interesting.
It's probably on Hulu.
And then another Twilight. So it probably just came to Hulu, and now everyone's got to go see it. Santa Claus 2, I guess they've seen the original already. Both Lion Kings and another Twilight.
Yeah, we should probably read our Everything Coming to Hulu in December or November or whenever it is and see if that's the case. But I'd have to imagine they must have just arrived. So I don't know why else people would be watching those.
At least 2 of those are also on Max, or is that part of the whole bundle? Like, I don't have my Max. I don't even know if I have a Max account, but I certainly don't have it attached to my Disney Plus. So I don't.
There are some overlaps with Max, and so sometimes there's non-exclusive. things, but then there's the Fox deal, but Twilight wouldn't fall into that because Twilight was Summit, which then merged with Lionsgate. So I don't know.
That's the Fox deal. Oh. All right.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first.
But he's not here yet, and we want to talk to him during this segment. So hopefully he'll be joining us soon. Let's just move on to the rest.
We could have gone to the other reviews.
But then we're going to have to go and come back. So let's go.
What are we going to? And the rest?
And the rest.
And the rest.
First up on And the Rest, we have Private Jet Adventure. No, not Disney Park Private Jet Adventure. Don't get too excited. But if you are the type that likes to travel around the world on your own jet with a bunch of other people sharing that jet, with particularly a private jet, you can do that. Nat Geo has announced their Private Jet Adventures for 2026 now. These are 3-week adventures. They are circumnavigating the north, sacred places of Asia, wildlife of the world, and ancient traditions and natural wonders. So you can read all about that on Laughing Place. And if you want to book one of these trips and want to fund Laughing Place for an entire year, please book it through mousefantravel.com. Mousefantravel.com. Make sure they know Laughing Place sent you. That'll make them happy. That'll make us happy. And by the transitive property of equality, that'll make you happy. So mousefantravel.com for your Nat Geo adventure. Lorcana, Kyle, that's always you.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of world travel, previously we got word of a special Lorcana card that was being giving out at select cinemas in Europe and Asia. Well, guess what? It's coming to America. It's just that they wanted you to see it opening weekend before they told you that. So you can get this exclusive card. Well, it's not exclusive because it's going to be part of an upcoming set, but you can get this special promo card at Cinemark theaters between December 6th and December 15th while supplies last, so they might not make it to the 15th. This is Moana, Adventurer of Land and Sea, and as I said, this is actually part of Set 7. If you look at the card number there, it's part of Set 7, and they're on 6 right now. And this is a foil card, one of the nice, fancy ones that they do. So yeah, if you're going to go see the movie for the first time, or if you're going to go see it again, and there's a Cinemark near you, hopefully you can try to claim this card for yourself.
Good luck. Our own Jeremiah Good was at Universal Studios Universal Studios Florida yesterday, checking out all their holiday offerings via their VIP tour, their holiday VIP tour. So he was live blogging that. You can go check that out. Apparently, not a whole lot new at the Disneyland, slow down, Jimmy. Not a whole lot new at Universal going on this year, but he does chronicle it well. And if you like to see pictures of Jeremiah with characters, this is definitely what you want to do, because he has a lot. He's good at that. But there he is. I'm guessing shirt provided by Real Develops. We're going to say that just to be safe. Check that out. Yeah, did the whole tour, got Hogwarts, got parade, got a lot of food, got to meet Max. So he takes you through what it's like to take the Universal Holiday Tour specifically, but also you see all the other stuff going on as well. So
Benji's very jealous, I'm sure.
As always. Hey, Mike, nice to see you. We'll be getting to you in just about 2 minutes, but first, Kyle's going to tell us all about the Hawkeye.
Yeah, so Alex did a review of the new 4K release of Disney Plus's Hawkeye, which notably they bill as the complete first season, which we have no mention of a second season coming up. So maybe that's a hint that maybe there will be one. But he says there's plenty of deleted scenes as well as the assembled that you could watch on Disney Plus, the making of. So yeah, another one. There's a few other shows that he's going to be working through as well. There's, I think, 4 Disney Plus shows that just got physical releases.
Awesome. And finally, in this segment, Jane Goodall will be the subject of an upcoming scripted film. Deadline has exclusively reported, until we reported it as well, that a new scripted feature exploring the life and career of popular primatologist Jane Goodall is currently being developed. Goodall told Deadline, they're making a film about me with an actress. I've seen the first draft of the script and made a lot of comments, talk about pressure. This is done by Leo's Appian Way, and they approached Disney due to Disney's work and her work with Disney Nature. So looking forward to that. That should be a very interesting story. All right, now, Kyle.
And I've had my share of bad reviews. I still remember my first good one, though. Everything else in this production of Our Town was simply terrible. Joey Tribbiani was abysmal.
So we're going to bring on a special guest right now to talk about Skeleton Crew, which made its Disney Plus debut yesterday. And he has his own intro, so we're going to play it.
Do you feel that there's a lot of upward mobility in the Muppets organization?
Star Wars crochet finger puppets. Wow, real raptor.
I had a Scooter action figure when I was very young, like 4 or 5 years old, and my dog chewed it all up. Hi everyone, it's Mike Celestino with Laughing Place.
Mike, how you doing?
I am well. How are you?
Doing very well. So Mike Celestino covers the West Coast for us here at Disneyland, but his real specialty in life, probably his greatest passion, his greatest love, the thing he cares more about than anything else in the entire world is the Star Wars universe. Is that right, Mike?
I can't stop thinking about it. It's really all the only thing going through my head at most any given time.
We don't know if that's a feature or a bug, but it is a fact. So Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew made its debut yesterday. Mike has done a recap and review of both of the episodes that debuted yesterday.
And a newly written spoiler-free review.
Oh, okay.
Which just went up.
Oh, wow. Did not know that. Well,
that's probably why he was late.
I know it wasn't because it took a long time to post. Mm-hmm. Doobie can fix some stuff.
Oh, I love it. I'm loving that speed post. It's great.
Got one. All right.
Inside LP.
All right. So you just wrote that one, and so you have that one on your mind. And we're going to be spoiler free here. Don't worry. Completely spoiler free. So really,
okay.
that's the review we should be talking about. But before we get you to talk about it, what we normally do here, Mike, is we get our friend to summarize the review, and then to kind of also give what they think you would have given it out of 10. So let me do that.
How long does it take our friend to read a newly written post?
About 10 seconds, if that.
Okay.
All right, so it's done.
First, while you're doing that, I'm going to show off. This was bought and paid for with my own money. The Star Wars Skeleton Crew. The ship is called the Onyx Cinder. It should be bigger than this in minifigure scale. That's the only thing that bothers me about it. But I do really like this Lego build. I left the minifigures in the other room, but it came with all the characters. Oh, I think Jude Law.
Have I just been inundated with too much Tiana stuff lately, or does that look like a beignet?
People have pointed out that the ship is shaped like an upside down DeLorean.
Oh, wow.
I think it might very well be possible because of all the 80s kids movie influences on this show. But yeah, here's Jude Law in Lego form.
He's got hair. I thought Jude Law was bald.
Yeah, he's kind of balding, I guess.
Skeleton Crew on Disney Plus. Mike Celestino just put up his spoiler-free review of it. You also can read full recaps and reviews of the first 2 episodes. You also can read Easter eggs from each of the first 2 episodes. Oh my goodness, Mike has been consuming Skeleton Crew like no one.
Of which there are a lot. This show is jam-packed, maybe more than any of the other Disney Plus Star Wars shows, with Easter eggs both to Star Wars and other pop culture franchises.
Oh, that was so cool to see that yesterday. Rebecca and I did watch this last night before reading your article, and it was so cool to see that. All right. Anyway, from your spoiler-free review, just for fun, even though you're here and can summarize it yourself, I'm going to let our buddy summarize it, and you can tell us how accurate he was. Yeah. The review highlights Star Wars Skeleton Crew as a fresh and intriguing addition to the Star Wars universe, offering a mix of adventure and emotional storytelling focused on a younger cast. While it brings a unique tone and perspective to the franchise, the review notes that its appeal might vary depending on how much viewers connect with the characters. Overall, the show is praised for its compelling narrative and potential to resonate with fans of all ages. Estimated rating 8 out of 10.
I would say that is like 90% accurate. The one thing I think it's a misread that I said it will vary depending on the connection with the characters. I think I did say that viewers will connect with the characters, but I didn't say it was an iffy thing.
Oh, interesting. That's good to know. All right, so forgetting all of that, forgetting the fact that you just wrote it, now we've got you here. What do you think of Skeleton Crew, Mike?
I'm kind of in love with this show, but I am like, the first thing they said when they announced this show was that it stars kids, but it's not only for kids. Okay, with that in mind, I am the exact target audience of this show because I grew up on The Goonies and E.T. and the other 80s kids movies that they are paying homage to in the Skeleton Crew. And also, I'm one of the biggest Star Wars fans that I know, which is saying a lot because I know a lot of Star Wars fans. And yeah, it's right up my alley. I think they really nailed the tone of those 80s kids movies. And also, it really feels like it fits right in with the Star Wars that we know and love. And it explores an aspect of the Star Wars galaxy that I personally am a really big fan of, which is the underworld, the criminal element, the space, literally the space pirates are the focus of this show. So yeah, I'm really into it for all those reasons. And boy, the new characters are all great. I mean, they're all new characters. There's nobody yet that has shown up that is somebody we know. So yeah, they really knocked it out of the park with the casting. The kids are wonderful. The adult characters are really well cast and well performed. And the directors, boy, what a lineup of directors on this show. You got John Watts from the recent Spider-Man trilogy. You've got David Lowery, who has done a couple other things for Disney, Pete's Dragon and the Peter Pan and Wendy, which I have not watched. Then future episodes will be the Daniels, who did Everything Everywhere All at Once. There's Bryce Dallas Howard coming back from The Mandalorian. The guy who directed the Thunderbolts for Marvel Studios is doing an episode. And who else? Lee Isaac Chung, who did Minari, a great movie that was nominated for Best Picture. And he directed Twisters last year. Year. Yeah. So really, really good lineup of filmmakers involved. And you can tell they really care about the material and they really brought their A game for this show. Yeah, really positive reaction on my part.
Awesome. Wow. That's some praise. So like I said, Rebecca and I did watch this last night. Now, unlike you, I do not live in the Star Wars universe and I barely read my own website. So I really had no idea what Skeleton Crew was about. Like, zero.
Okay.
So when it started, you know how it starts with a very big action sequence base.
Yes.
This is cool. This is like just big action. I'm really loving this thing. I'm seeing stuff I've never seen before. These like magic, I don't know, I'm sure you have a name for them, that poke through and kind of open up and then people walk in. Those are cool. And then people tethering from one to the other. This was like amazing. And then the show is not at all about that after that. But then the other thing is they end up going to the city with the kids, and it's like we're just seeing like suburbia in the Star Wars universe. This is so cool. I want to see a whole set here, and I'm like, okay, fine. Maybe it's not the big space action thing, but now I'm just going to see life in suburbia, and then they leave that too. But,
well, that's kind of one of the other really interesting things about the show is that when people saw the trailers, there were a lot of fans who were like, I don't know, should suburbia exist in Star Wars? But when you watch the show, you can tell that that's kind of part of the mystery of like, why is this planet different from everything else that we've seen before in the Star Wars galaxy?
Yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it. But it was fun. That aside, it was fun just to see something completely different like that. But then we got into what it really is, the Goonies or E.T. or whatever, and the kids are fun. And it is a throwback. I saw the Goonies in theaters way back when. I saw E.T. in theaters way back when, and it is definitely a throwback to a different time. And it's fun. It's off to a great start. Very excited for Skeleton Crew. Are people going to be able to hear you talk about this week to week, Mike, or see you even?
Yeah, in fact, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern, Who's the Boss will be back with the first of 7 weekly discussions of Skeleton Crew, since this week had 2 episodes. There's 8 total Skeleton Crews, and we'll be talking about all of them on Laughing Places Star Wars podcast, Who's the Boss.
And as we mentioned, you did do an article on the Easter eggs of both of the first two episodes, which I don't want to show here. If people want to stay completely unspoiled, I will leave you that way, except for this, because this has been everywhere. Come on, how cool is this?
Yeah, so there's one of the main characters is named Neil, and he's a kid. He's like a 10-year-old kid, but he's a blue elephant type character. And when people first saw him in the trailers, everybody kind of assumed he was the same species as Max Rebo there on the right from the Max Rebo band in Jabba's Palace, Return of the Jedi. But The creators have come out and said that he's not the same species as Max Rebo. The reasoning I think behind that is there's this really complex lore to Max Rebo where he doesn't actually have arms. So those what you see there are Max Rebo's legs. So he only has 2 limbs. Yeah. And Neil has 4 limbs. So that's, I think, the reason he can't be an ortolan, which is the name of Max Rebo's species. On the left there is Hooter from Captain EO, which also has...
I thought that was a trash can.
Well done.
Captain EO also has connections to Skeleton Crew. I don't know, how much do we want to say about that? Should we just leave it at that?
Spotted it.
Okay, in the trailer. You can see Fuzzball from Captain EO in the trailer, and it's in the show as well. So there was another theory that Neil might be of the same species as Hooter. It looks similar. I don't know. They haven't really said the name of Neil's species yet. There's Michael Jackson with Fuzzball, but yeah, you can see that creature in. There's actually multiple members of that species in the second episode when they're exploring the. Well, I don't know. I won't say the plot, but yeah, you'll see them if you check out the show. Oh, and also like they had the premiere at Disneyland last night in the Tomorrowland Theater, which famously housed Captain EO at Disney.
That can't be.
That's where I predicted it would be.
Dang it, Doobie. Oh, do you plan on doing one of these Easter egg articles each episode?
Yes. There I might zoom in on like episode 3, which I've already seen, has, I won't spoil it, but there's a very specific one that I want to zoom in on and focus on that, and then I'll probably also mention the other little Easter eggs that popped up in that episode.
Very cool. And since we have you here, anything else? I'm sorry. Anything else you wanted to say about Skeleton Crew?
I guess if you're like me, you'll love it. If you're not like me, you may not.
I want to be like Mike.
Yeah, I will say I was at Disneyland yesterday when they were getting ready for the big launch event over there, and as they were setting up, they had SM-33, the droid from the show, and there's also a RX series like Captain Rex, who is a bus driver in the series, that they had out in front of the Millennium Falcon in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and they were letting regular guests come up and take photos with them.
Oh wow!
Prior to the premiere happening, and they did close off that little corner of Galaxy's Edge later on in the evening, but it was cool to see all that stuff up close. I had seen SM-33; they had him out at D23 this year, but the other droid was new to me in person. But yeah, pretty cool to see all that stuff. I stuck around for a little while and watched all the celebrities arrive. I tweeted about a bunch of those pictures on the Laughing Place X feed. But yeah, I'm excited to have more live action Star Wars back for a little while.
Awesome. Yeah, but this is off to a great start. I don't know. I didn't stick with what was the last one? The Acolyte. Yeah, I couldn't hang with that one, so I'm excited to have this one. Looking forward to enjoying this. Sorry, I'm just sticking to the tweets. That's Jon Favreau. Oh my goodness, look at you. All right.
You don't care about Jaleel White?
I don't see that picture.
Yeah, he's in there.
Did we live blog this? Am I looking at the wrong guy? Anyway, there he is. There's Jaleel. Okay. Get him over here. Sorry.
Jaleel White, famously Steve Urkel from Family Matters, is in Skeleton Crew.
It's nice to see him back. All right, and then one other thing I want to talk to you about, Mike, is you also got a chance to do the Chippendale Ornament Trail yesterday. How was that fun? Yeah. Let's talk about
I will say I prefer the pumpkin hunt because there's more variety to it. The ornament trail was too easy because they were all on Christmas trees. Like if you saw a Christmas tree in downtown Disney, chances are it had one of these ornaments in it. With the pumpkin hunt, Pluto's pumpkin hunt at Halloween time, at least you're like trying to figure out like, oh, where could he be? Where could the pumpkins be? Yeah.
So
these were pretty obvious.
A little too easy for Mike. Mike's too advanced for this. Is this the one you have a problem with, Mike?
Well, I just know that the proper nomenclature is Chip N Dale with an apostrophe, and they have spelled out A-N-D, Chip and Dale. I don't personally care, but I know there are Disney fans out there will be picky about that.
Okay, so that's what that is a big deal, actually. See, I was bugged by two other things, but I didn't notice that.
Well, what's funny is that Luke joked, "Oh, they should have gone with Dale and Chip," and then Doobie in our Discord's like, "Oh yeah, Mike's upset because it should be Dale and Chip," and I agree. Like,
I did agree. I thought that's what he was referring to. Sorry.
So.
Wait, are you saying that because they are pictured the other way around?
Yeah, it's Chip and Dale, but this is Dale and this is Chip, and there's no reason. Why couldn't they switch them around down there to make them match? There's no reason for that. And they're also holding their heads, and that is disturbing. So there is nothing right about this. And if you designed this, no offense intended.
I will say, in France, they're tic et tac, so tick and tack, not tick and tack. So
Tony Betty. Using ampersand with that. Further confusing things. All right, Mike. Thanks so much for joining us, waking up early with us today. Maybe we'll have you on after Skeleton Crew a couple more times throughout its run. Once again, you can find Who's the Boss on their favorite podcast network and on our YouTube channel. And that first episode is when?
We'll be recording live on the Laugh Place YouTube channel tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific time. And then the audio version usually goes up the next day.
Thank you so much, Mike. Have a great day.
Do you think it's ironic that we're going to have more staffing for Skeleton Crew?
That's not bad. I want to poo-poo that, but it's not poo-pooable. That's pretty good.
Thank you. I did that too early, huh?
That's fine. Did you? What else? Oh, shoot. We have one more review. You know what? Not for tomorrow.
You didn't see that.
Yeah, that's okay. We're going to hold that for tomorrow.
Okay, we're around LP.
Oh, you're not going to finish it? That's fine.
I don't know. I can't resume it. I'm not going to play the whole thing again. You got it.
You get the gist of it. Okay, around LP, Alex Rice has done a look at The Art of Moana 2. Sorry, I got thrown off by everything. This
First
is
show back. We're rusty.
Hardcover release from Chronicle Books with exclusive artwork and insider commentary for the big hit movie Moana 2. Now in theaters, you can go check that out. And we have videos. Holidays are great because they give us so much video content. So you can go check out Laughing Place to see all our videos. We've got the new.
We're live right now.
We've got the Grinchmas show and the Magic of Hogwarts from Jeremiah Universal yesterday. We've got all the holiday
Magic Hogwarts. Is that what you just said?
Did I just say the Magic of Christmas at Hogwarts? Sorry. The Gingerbread Spaceship Earth, which tried to keep it from the turkey list but didn't work. Voices of Liberty and all the holiday storytellers, Glimmering Greenhouses, just so much holiday content on our YouTube channel right now for your and our enjoyment. You can go check that out. All right, let us just go right to, you know what, let's do Doobie's Trip real quick. So we don't have it in.
The fun stuff.
Seems like ancient history now, but it wasn't that long ago that Doobie went on a trip. Real quick, this was a great trip. Disney Cruise Line, our first maritime cruise. This is not a long slideshow, trust me. So there we are boarding the cruise ship. We got to see the Disney Treasure in person because it came to Nassau at the same time we were, and the Gingerbread House, beautiful. And then we took a Brightline train, first time on the Brightline, great way to travel up to Walt Disney World, where we got to meet Santa while Gideon was riding Dinosaur 41 times. We did not stay at the park the whole time. Highlight of the show, got to go see Vicki Lawrence perform in person in Long Beach. This was so cool. And Mama was there too. And Peter Pan's Flight, my son. And I met my Roosevelt twin, by Roosevelt, of course. This was at the pizza place in Tomorrowland. Thank you very much. So I'm like, excuse me.
I can see the sign in the back.
He was standing in front of me, and I said, excuse me. And he like turns around, and then he realized it. I'm like, can I get a selfie with you? So, yeah. And oops, get that out of the way. And I think that's it, right? Yeah. So we went to Cruise Line, Disneyland, and Disney World all in one trip, which was pretty darn awesome. All right, Kyle. All right, the final segment of our show where Kyle tries to show off just how smart he is by guessing what happened on this day in Disney history. And first up, we have on this day in Disney history, the birth of someone very important in the world of Disney. I asked Chatty to help me with this one.
Okay.
A storyteller of vision and art, with a fish and a bot full of heart. From Nemo to Wally and John's Mars-bound folly, his creations are worlds set apart.
Not bad. Andrew Stanton?
That is Andrew Stanton, Pixar extraordinaire, and then John Carter from Mars as well. All right, finally, we only have two today. We have from 1988, this would be a Disney Channel premiere film called, I almost said what it was called. That would defeat the whole purpose.
What's the question here? I'm not going to get it. So you might as well.
That close. Things were heavier in 1988. This movie is the inspiring true life drama of 17-year-old Nikki Janis. After fleeing persecution in Greece, Nikki and her family immigrate to West Virginia and begin living the American dream. Among their friends,
West Virginia?
Yeah. Among their friends is Big John Creed, a wise and helpful handyman. But Nikki's friendship with him and her belief in freedom unwittingly bring the wrath of the Ku Klux Klan to her doorstep. Full of courage and compassion, Nikki challenges the powerful Klan and at the same time must overcome her own fears to help. Yep.
That's a Disney Channel movie.
Yep.
Okay. I have no idea.
I feel like I should follow that up by reading the description of the latest Disney Channel movie, which is probably just a tiny bit lighter. Anyway, I had not heard of this one. I bet my wife knows what it is. This is Goodbye, Miss 4th of July.
Was never going to get that.
Yeah, I had never heard of this, but there it is. This is the whole movie. I thought this was a trailer. You can go watch this right now on YouTube, which is probably good because I can't imagine it's on Disney+. All right. Fraternal, that's a performance. Yes, Fraternal Twins. And thank you very much, our Roosevelt expert here.
New flex, not to be. Never mind.
All right. Anything else, Kyle? We're not even looking for more stories. We got to get out of here.
Okay.
Unless something huge happened, I think we're good.
Unless something huge. I feel like Tony Betty would have let me know if something huge happened.
All right.
But let me check into do.
While you check, I'm just going to sign off. We'll be back tomorrow. We've got a lot of catching up to do. We've still got to catch up on 3 weeks of football. Although I will, spoiler alert, Kyle had a perfect week this week. Perfect. Which means you picked the Cowboys.
I did.
Gutsy. We've got other stuff to catch up on that I've just kind of put off a little bit, including a cool review from Eric Goldman. So we'll be back tomorrow, same time, but earlier, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. See you then.
Bye.